Hello, this is Chris from the Cinema Savvy Movie Podcast, and I am back with another reaction video, another DC reaction video. This is the Justice League official trailer for 2017. I can't believe I'm saying those words, that we're actually getting a Justice League film. I'm kind of high off the Wonder Woman trailer, and by the way, you can check out my reaction to that. It's literally the video I just did before this. Good things from that, so I'm in a good mood for DC projects, believe it or not. Despite what I thought of Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, I'm hoping they can get it back on track with this one, and Wonder Woman as well. Although this one is directed by Zack Snyder, but what's interesting, this isn't actually Justice League Part 1. Originally, they were going to do Justice League Part 1 and Part 2, kind of like how they're doing Infinity War 1 and 2. But they've changed it up since then. They're making it one movie, and I guess Part 2 will just be a Justice League 2 further down the line. Again, as I said, Zack Snyder, so I'm not expecting much from this one, but I'm in such a great mood after Wonder Woman that I really hope this one delivers as well. Looking forward to seeing what DC has planned for their future films. So I'm done talking. I can't wait to watch this one. This is 2 minutes 45. Let's get on with it now, and I'll talk more about it afterwards. So I'm going to click play now.
There is a stranger who comes to this village from the sea. He comes in the winter when people are hungry, brings fish. He comes on the king tide. That was last night.
Affleck, yes.
Talk.
Why does Aquaman look
I
scary?
believe that an enemy is coming from far away. I'm looking for warriors. This stranger.
Wonder Woman's like my favourite character right now.
Others like him. I'm building an alliance to defend us. It's very important that I see this man. Barry Allen. Bruce Wayne.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger sitting in the dark in my second favorite chair.
You gonna fight with us?
Cool.
More or less.
More or more less?
Probably more or less.
He said no.
He said no.
Look, man.
I'm
I
not
know
used
who
to
you
seeing
are,
humour in
but
DC.
whoever
This
you're
is strange.
looking
So you're fast.
That feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team. People with special abilities. You see, I believe enemies are coming.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are? Just like that?
Yeah, I need friends.
Great.
Can I keep this?
I'd totally keep that as well. Fucking Batman, are you kidding me? Cyborg, nice.
I heard about you. Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful. Arthur Curry. I hear you can talk to fish.
Can I see him with a shark? Please? Can I see him summon a shark? Oh, no! Okay. Yes, this is a strange one for me. Doesn't really show a whole lot, and it's kind of what I'm hoping the entire film isn't, is just Batman trying to recruit people. That's important, obviously, but I really hope they get all that stuff away in the first act of the film and we actually get into something different after that. I know the villain is meant to be Steppenwolf for this one, who's a character I wasn't aware of. I had to go on Wikipedia. It's what I usually have to do for these comic book movies with obscure villains that I don't know anything about. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go straight with Darkseid, but I guess they want to sort of copy what Marvel did with the Thanos character and really build him up and bring him in later down the line. Humour-wise, though, it's kind of inconsistent in this trailer. Some jokes really didn't hit for me, but you could see I was laughing at some things. The best part of this trailer for me is Ezra Miller as the Flash, and I think out of anyone, he's kind of got the hardest job. I mean, Ben Affleck got huge criticism when he was originally cast. I was one of the only ones that stuck up for him, and I think that he was without a doubt the best thing in Batman v Superman, despite me not kind of agreeing with the direction they took the Batman character. But Ezra Miller's kind of got a hard job because currently there is a very, very successful Flash TV show on, and Flash was a character that was popular in the popular culture and the geek culture and comic book culture, but for general audience we hadn't really seen him all that much. There was a really old Flash TV show, but the new one has sort of really propelled the character and made him well known to the popular culture now and the everyday audience. So it's going to be weird for people, especially people that find it hard to break away from the TV universe with the film universe. And especially because Grant Gustin does such a good job with the character in the TV show. I think he's a brilliant Flash. It's going to be really, really difficult for Ezra Miller to sort of step into the role of Barry Allen and make it his own, but it looks like he absolutely has made it his own. He's one of the best things in this trailer. Not really much Cyborg in this trailer, though. I was hoping to see a bit more of him and sort of his powers, because that's a character I really honestly don't know all that much about, and I was hoping that this trailer was going to show me that. It looks like it's kind of going for the main players, though, at the minute, and the Flash, I would say, is a more popular character than Cyborg. Nevertheless, the look of him looks pretty cool. I remember when we got that concept art for all the characters, and I was really kind of worried. Based on the looks of all the characters, the Flash costume didn't have the little thunderbolts, and I actually couldn't tell if this one does or doesn't, but the Flash costume in this one looked a lot better seeing it on screen than it did in concept art. Cyborg costume I really, really like. It's a little bit different to the comic book one, but what wasn't in the concept art was the little sort of like Terminator eye, and it looks like they are actually using it in this, so that's a good thing for me, because I like when the costumes mirror the on-the-page character. What I was really disappointed with the most in this one, though, was Aquaman. When he was originally cast, Jason Momoa, I'm a Game of Thrones fan, and I really, really liked him as the character of Khal Drogo in Series 1. He cropped up in Series 2 as well, in like a little flashback thing. I really stood up for the casting, especially because the kind of tone they were going for this new Aquaman. But having seen him on here, and the visual look of him, I really don't think he matches, and I would have liked an Aquaman that's more like the comic book. Doesn't necessarily have to be so bright and campy like the original character, because he is often a character that is made fun of based on his appearance, based on his powers, and they kind of do that in this trailer where Bruce Wayne's just like, you're the guy who talks to fish. And I'm sure in the film they might make him look cooler and they'll try and boost up his powers. He'll like summon sharks and stuff. Some of the coolest thing you can do on Injustice Gods Among Us is one of his finishers where he brings like a whole swarm of sharks to get people. That's awesome, and I really want to see that kind of Aquaman. But just visually, sort of like the tribal tattoos, and I really don't like the look of him. And you don't get much of Jason Momoa's acting in this, and that's really concerning me. Because when they usually do that, it's usually like they don't have much faith in the actor or the performance, and they try to hide it and not show it. For example, Ezra Miller, they are showing loads of him and his personality, and that's integral to the character of Barry Allen. But Aquaman, they're really not doing that, and that kind of concerns me a little bit. Because I really do want Aquaman to be awesome. I mean, he's getting his own movie. But that sort of threw me a little bit. We don't really get much footage for this one. I much preferred the Wonder Woman trailer that came out alongside this. You get so much more. You get a better sense of plot and just the action and the colour scheme and everything like that. It looked more like a cohesive whole. This one so far, and I'm sure there's loads they haven't done yet and need to work on in post, etc., but it really just looks like a recruitment movie. And again, the colour palette's back. It's really muted. It looks really bland. But one thing that is different, which I do like, is that it looks like they're having slightly more fun with it, and you can definitely see that they have looked at the criticisms from the previous films and they have definitely reworked their tone for this one. Not so much visually, they're sticking with that tone, which I'm not really a big fan of, but just sort of how it's written, it looks a little bit more upbeat. It looks like they're having slightly more fun with it. So I'm cautiously optimistic for this one. Really, for me, it all boils down to whether Suicide Squad's a success and if Wonder Woman delivers. Now, both Wonder Woman and Justice League come out next year, and I think they're coming out pretty close to each other. So I don't really know if my thoughts on Wonder Woman at the time will influence what I think of Justice League. I will still see both regardless. I'm kind of, even if they're all bad, even if Suicide Squad's bad, Wonder Woman's bad, I will still be at Justice League because I will go out of obligation because it's a comic book movie and it's dealing with characters that I care about. As I've said before, Batman is my favourite fictional character in history. In the history of fiction, he is my favourite character, and you kind of have to stick with him through the bad and the good. And I really want it to be good because I think they have absolutely just struck gold with Ben Affleck, and I really want to see him do more. Looking forward to his solo film, etc. So kind of a mixed bag for me on this one. It's promising. I'll have to wait to see more footage. It's just the prospect of Zack Snyder directing this one again, especially after he's done Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, 2 films I absolutely hated. I don't know. I remain optimistic. I always do. You always have to give films a chance. Looking forward to seeing what DC has to offer with all of its future films. So that'll do it for my overly long and rambly reaction to Justice League Official Trailer 1. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Which character are you most looking forward to? Is there a character in the main lineup that you really want to see? I think the answer is going to be pretty much unanimous, but I'll throw mine out there. Green Lantern. I think that the Justice League film is going to very, very much be missing a Green Lantern. I know they're doing a film later down the line, but to me, he should be one of the core characters from The Off. So that's my suggestion. If you can think of any more, please do drop me a comment. In terms of what's coming up at the channel, I sort of mentioned this in my Wonder Woman 1, but we've got a lot of content from Star Wars Celebration that I'm sort of like editing through and trying to sift through at the minute. So apologies on the wait for that. I know Celebration was last week. I kind of have to edit all these reactions, the Star Wars footage and our movie reviews, as well as juggle a life of my own too. So apologies for the wait on that, but I will try and get that out over this weekend or into next week if I can, because I still know I need to do a reaction on the behind the scenes footage from Star Wars Rogue One. I haven't forgotten. I will be getting to it. So please do hit that subscribe button. We're bringing you a lot more content, a lot more movie reviews now with the big summer movies coming out. Yeah, so that'll do it for this reaction video today, and until the next video, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.